Hey gang, JB Coins here with another video for you. This one is a bit of history, a lot of history actually, around these five coins that are in this photo. These are the 5 only known and verified 1913 V nickels. Even though the V nickels were produced from 1883 to 1913, they didn't know until the 1920 ANA numismatic show, when a mint worker came forward with one of these coins and showed it to the ANA folks. Nobody even knew that 1913 existed. They thought that they stopped at 1912. They didn't realize that the mint had made 5 more. The 5 coins stayed together. In 1924, Samuel Brown sold all 5 of the 1913 nickels. They stayed intact through several dealers' hands until they wound up in the estate of Colonel Green, who kept them in his collection until he died in '36, and his estate was auctioned off. 2 different dealers got portions of the 5 coins, which then caused the set to be broken for the first time. Now, the different coins have names that have been assigned to them. There's the Eliasberg specimen, is the finest known of the 5 coins. It has 2 proof surfaces. In May of '96, it was sold at auction by Bowers and Marina. It was purchased by a rarities dealer at the time for $1.5 million. It was then resold and resold and resold until 2007. The Eliasberg specimen was sold to an unnamed collector in California for $5 million for the 1 coin. The Olson specimen was once featured on Hawaii Five-0, the TV show. That coin, however, to me is more interesting because it actually was briefly owned by Egyptian King Farouk, which was a long time ago, but an Egyptian king actually owned one of these. Then he sold it, and when the set was broken up, the Olson specimen was sold first to James Kelly, then to Fred Olson, then to King Farouk, and in '72 he sold it to Worldwide Coin Investments for $100,000. It appeared in Hawaii Five-0 the following year, so it was the original Hawaii Five-0, not the new one. The coin's price doubled to $200,000 because it was in the show. It was then resold again in '78. It was sold multiple times, as all of these were, and the last known sale was Heritage Auctions, January of 2010. It sold for $3,700,000. The owner's name, of course, was not disclosed. The Norweb Specimen is one of 2 1913 Liberty nickels that currently resides in a museum. This one is owned by the Smithsonian. The other one is not specified where it is. The Walton Specimen. This one is interesting as hell because it says in the documents that I'm working from, it tells me quite a bit, but then there's more that I know that this doesn't say. The Walton Specimen is one of the most elusive. It was missing for over 40 years and it's named for George Walton, who was a very well-known coin collector in his day. He was on his way to a coin show March 9th of '62 to exhibit the coin. He had promised the show's promoter that he would exhibit the 1913 nickel there. So it was assumed to be in his possession when he died. Going through the wreck, going through his possessions, it wasn't there. For 40 years, nobody could find it. The family took his inheritance, his coin collection, and they took it to a very well-known auction house who mistakenly thought it was not genuine and gave it back to them and said, "It's a fake. Get rid of it, it's garbage." Luckily, the sister did not believe that it was a fake. She believed it was her brother's 1913 coin. She kept it, and there was actually a stunt arranged by a publicity stunt arranged by the ANA governor at the time, Don Perlman, and they launched a nationwide hunt for the missing fifth coin. They offered arrangements with Bowers and Morena Auction House and offered a minimum $1 million to purchase the coin, or as a guarantee for consigning it. They also offered a $10,000 reward was offered just for letting one of the public houses know that it existed, to see it, you know. Interesting thing is that somebody did bring the coin to the show, and was one of the Walton heirs, and they gave it to them, and it was actually filmed, and there's a documentary, I believe it was called something like Strange Inheritances or something like that. It was an episode of that, and they told the story of George Walton and the missing coin, and the family bringing this coin to the auction, and these guys totally freaking out because it turned out that it was a legitimate 1913 V nickel, and in fact had been in the Walton family's possession the entire time. It's still owned by them. It's on loan to the ANA, who have it in their museum. The fifth one is the Mcdermott Specimen, which unfortunately doesn't have all the excitement that one does. That one is exhibited in the Money Museum currently. And here's another interesting tidbit that the folks that wrote the history of these coins don't know. And we, at this point, have a mystery ourselves. We received an email, a private message, probably 3 months ago, from one of our subscribers who has sent us pictures of quite a few coins that they have and have found. And they said that they found a 1913 V nickel while metal detecting, and that they very carefully cleaned the coin off. They did not expect to be able to see the date. They cleaned it sufficiently to be able to see the date, and it turned out to be a 1913. They asked us what to do with it. We told them what to do with it, to get, how to get it verified and certified and find out if it was legit. They had shown it to someone else who also thought it was legitimate and not a fake, and they were about to send it off for verification and grading, and that's the last that we've heard from them, was approximately 3 months ago. Now, this could be a huge hoax on somebody's part that they're playing on us, or they may have gone ahead and gone through the process, and they knew enough about the coin to know that there were only 5 made. They mentioned it in the email, in fact. But they may have discovered that, as with all the other 5 coins, there's a lot of headaches that come along with it being known that you possess one of these. So there may have been a private purchase, there may have been a private transaction, or it may have turned out that it was a fraud and they're just too embarrassed to let us know. Or it may have been a hoax. We really don't know. So to our subscriber who sent us that message, if you could please send us an update. And if it did get certified, send us something that we could use, that we could show folks, because at the time you said you would let us do that. If we get anything, obviously, folks, we'll share it with you. But right now, it's a mystery. There could be a 6th 1913 V nickel sitting out there that may have been discovered, but we can't prove it at this time. Kind of like the Walton nickel. So hopefully you guys found this interesting. Hopefully we find the subscriber that sent us the email and find out what happened. But wouldn't it be cool to find the 6th 1913 V nickel? They're worth a couple $1 million a piece at this point. Hope you guys found this interesting. Hope you follow and find out whether or not, if we find out whether or not anything happens. Please remember to look below the video for links to our website where we put updates and information and there's information about the nickels. There's links for various products that we use that you guys ask a lot about. The lists are there. Our email address is there. And until next time, please like, share, subscribe, and enjoy JB Coins. Signing off.